What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a hot minute. I keep saying that, I know, I'm so sorry. It's not even that I'm busy. I literally like never work. So I'm just basically the worst YouTuber ever. Today's video is going to be all about brows. Brows are something very important to me. There's something about like a good brow. Like when I see a good brow, I'm like, bless your brows. They are everything. And there's something about getting a compliment about your brows that's like instant cry face. So I guess I'm just gonna show you some of the products I like to use, have used, don't use a lot anymore, but still recommend for thy brows. First product is the Benefit Bravo Conditioning Primer. It's just a primer for your brows. It helps the product stay a little bit longer, and it also helps to condition them to try. I mean, I don't really think mine can be helped, but it helps to like promote hair growth. Second is brow powders. The one that I personally own is the Brow Pow by theBalm in the shade dark brown. To me, powder is gonna be the most natural looking brow that you can achieve. If you already have really bold brows or really full brows and you just like need a little something extra, I would recommend a powder, because like if you already got the goods, you don't need to like add a million pounds of like Dipbrow, you know what I mean? The Anastasia brow powders are awesome too, along with the Benefit Brow Zings. They give you two different shades of brow powders. One's a lighter shade, one's a darker shade. You use the lighter shade at the front of the brow and the darker shade on the tail of the brow. The tool that I use for my powders and my pomades is the Anastasia number 12 brush. It's really teeny tiny, perfect for brows, and like Anastasia spoolies are unlike anyone else's. I don't know what it is about them, they're just so much better. They're just so much better. So I use that for powders, and I also use that for pomades. Another product you can use would be like the Brow Wiz or the Micro Brow Pencil from NYX. Perfect if you just need to like fix the shape of a brow really, or if you like need to add in little fake hairs, like if you have like one really sparse area and you want to fake some hairs. I would recommend this product. I wouldn't recommend this product if you are like me and you don't have a lot of brow hairs, because honestly, there's not that much product in here. There's enough if you just need like a little bit every day. But if you're using this to like create the shape and fill it in and do like every little thing with this, you're gonna run out in like less than a month. And I used to do that literally all the time until I became comfortable with pomades. Something else you could use would be like the Goof Proof Brow Pencil from Benefit, which is equivalent to the Brow Definer by Anastasia, which I don't have. But this is awesome for people who need to fill in a lot of area on their brows. Mine are pretty dull, so like it's gonna be like a bad example. I want to show you kind of like the tip. Can you kind of see like it's like a triangle? It has like a thicker side, and then it has like the tip, which is a lot thinner. So I really like these for like the sake of like if you need to fill in, you have like the thicker side right there. And if you need to create like little hairs, you can just turn them over. Whatever. You can tell they make a little bit thinner strokes than those. So if you need to like just solely fill in or even create like a little bit of a shape, you could totes do that with like this product. And then this also comes with the spoolies. So yeah. And the next product is a pomade. So I have two shades of the Benefit Ka-Brow, which looks like this. I have 4 and 5. I use 4 when I want like a really natural brow, or if I'm doing like lighter makeup for the day. And I use the 5 if I'm like going for that like real power brow, like on a smoky eye kind of day, you know? My favorite thing about these is that they come like, they come with this little brush, and it's the teeniest brush. It's smaller than the Anastasia brush. It is so cute and adorable, and I literally use this brush every day that I do my brows. If you're like more of a brow pro, I would highly recommend a pomade, and especially if you suffer from like lesser brows, you know. I was so terrified of pomades when I was doing my brows like getting into filling them in. I got to try this out from working at Sephora and never going back. It lasts the longest in my opinion. Like there's no fading ever with like a pomade or a Dipbrow or whatever you are using, whatever version, whatever brand. They're waterproof, which I love. You have to like be patient with a product like this, and you have to use very little product at a time to use a product like this. Otherwise, you will have brows that look like Sharpie on your face. And then to set the brows, I have a couple of different options, a couple different that I use. Something that's cool if you, again, have naturally full brows and you just like need a little something something. The Benefit Gimme Brow was one of my first purchases for brows ever. Look at the little tiny wand. It's so cute. This is like a brow gel. It's like a setting brow gel, but it also has little fibers in there that adhere to your natural brow hairs to naturally make them look fuller. For someone who, like me, I don't necessarily need to use this on like bold brow days. So I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. Super glue for your brows, keeps them in place. They don't go falling out of the lines where they're not supposed to be. It's just my favorite clear brow gel. Very standard, classic brow gel, but it works so good, so good. For cleaning up the brows, my favorite brush, I have like 4 of them, is this Wet n Wild. I feel like it's called the concealer brush, but I could be wrong. Looks like this. It's really flat, and it kind of comes to like it's really, really flat, like right here at the tip. And then any concealer will do, but please make sure it's your skin tone. Don't use a brightening concealer to clean up your brows, because then you're gonna have a halo brow and I might call you out on it. Okay, so now that I talked about all of my favorite products that I like to use on my brows, let's go ahead and get into the video and I will show you how I use them. Okay, to start off, I want you to see the difference between no brow and a full brow, or like a statement brow. Statement brows are my favorite. Like, it honestly completes the look. Brows, like it's cute, but this is fire. If you have really sparse brows, they make a huge difference. If you have really full brows, like, you're blessed. Just really wanted you to see what the difference is, like, with what a brow looks like, not on, especially with mine because they're so sparse. I overplucked them when I was younger, like fiercely overplucked them, because thin brows were like all the rage back when I was younger, and I just plucked them so terribly and so much that like they're gone. I'm going to start off with my Bravo conditioning primer. I'm going to be going in my Brow in the shade 5. All you literally do is like, here's your product, here's your little brush. I like tap tap, that's it. Sometimes that's even too much. So kind of brush it off on the side. I'm not even showing you. Brush it off on the sides. And watch me shape my brow. Okay, so I have the outline. I already kind of have the shape like a little bit with my real hairs. Like, I just basically outline the shape a little fuller than what it actually is. And I do start my line right where I want the start of my brow to be. I have a lot less hair here, but I need to match it up over with this guy. So I do bring it over way further than it looks like I should, but that's, you know, where a brow should start, not here. And then I don't bring this line all the way in the way that I did here, because the way that I've started doing my brows like in the last few months is to make it look like there's more natural hair here versus like blocked in brows, which I don't like on myself. So I just start my line more like back here versus up here to make it in my opinion, on me look more natural. And again, I just follow my shape. If you ever mess up your shape, I'm gonna show you how to clean it up with concealer like towards the end anyways, which I like have to do no matter what. Now I will be taking like the smallest amount ever of this product, one dab. And then I'm going to start making brow hairs at the front of my brow. And by this, you will literally follow the direction that your natural hairs grow. So in the front of the brow, they tend to grow more up, and then here they kind of grow more this way, and then here they grow more down this way. So like literally following and doing the smallest strokes ever is going to imitate a brow hair the most realistically. So come up from the bottom. And then when I get to like this line right here, I kind of match up, line it up like this, and then flick up. Now go back in with a little bit more product. And I always start over here just in case there's too much on my brush. So instead of going like boom and having like a Sharpie mark right here, it's more over here, like where you want it to be darker anyways. I kind of do like a fade brow, but not like a super dramatic faded brow. I just always want it a little bit lighter at the front and then to kind of feather and fade. No, like the reverse of that. Like fade darker. Okay. Ombre, guys, that's the word I was thinking of. And if I like ever don't think that I have enough like real looking hairs, I'll just take a little bit extra product and just do a couple like darker strokes. So then when I get done with the front of my brow, I will go in with my Anastasia brush and I will just take, again, the smallest amount of product. And now we're gonna start going this way. I think what a lot of people try to do is to like fill in that space, just like fill it in. Kind of like you're filling in, like coloring inside the lines. And like yes, but no. Because if you do that, it's going to be too harsh and it's going to look too fake. And if you love that look, like don't get me wrong, do it. I've just had such fake looking brows for so long that I want natural looking brows. So by still following that same concept of doing little brush strokes that kind of mimic hair lengths, you kind of almost leave natural gaps in between all of your brush strokes, if you can kind of see, and it makes it look more like hairs laying down, versus if I were to just take like a bunch of pomade and go and fill it all in, you're just gonna have like black and like solid color instead of like skin peeking through, and I want skin peeking through because it looks more real. I do give a little bit more pressure and a little bit more color though at the tail of the brow, because I just really like the way it looks, and that's kind of like technically how your brow should look, but obviously we don't need to follow rules. I just like my tail to be a little bit more defined. Okay, so now I have that filled in. Take your spoolie. Again, brush in the direction that the hairs are growing. And what I like about this technique is, for one, it like removes excess product sticking to the brow, but it also helps, again, to distribute the product, and then it kind of creates little natural like areas where skin shows through. I don't know, does that make sense? So I'm really satisfied with how this looks, and the next step will be to clean it up. If you like honestly have no idea how to shape your brow, if your brow has no shape and you want to change your shape, a general rule of thumb with filling in your brows is you can take like your pencil or your brush or whatever you're using, and the front of your brow should kind of line up right around here. So like next to your nose, line up with the, what is that? The inner corner of your eye. I go through the tip of the nose, right through like the pupil, and that's where your arch should kind of line up. For the tail, I go against the side of the nose, corner of the eye, tail. Now I'm gonna go in with my concealer. I start right here at the tail. Well, I guess it's the arch. I want most of my product back here just because this is where I usually, like this is where I need to clean up the most and like sharpen, I guess. And then that's when I drag the rest of the product towards the front of the brow. I don't always do the top like arch, but sometimes if I want it a little bit more clean or crisp than what it is, then I will. But I never ever clean up right here, ever, because then you're going right back into a blocky brow. So last step, I'm going to take my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. And that is the completed brow. All right, now that I have both brows on, I guess the video is over. Please give it a thumbs up if you found any of it helpful. Don't forget to hit that little subscribe button down below. It's the red one. It says subscribe. Please, thanks. As always, don't forget to follow me on my other social media. I have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All of that is Louder Glam. And then my Snapchat is CN Louder. With all that being said, I guess I will just catch you guys in my next video. Bye!